Hello, everyone. This is going to be hopefully on the quicker end of doing a stream today. And I'm actually doing this for a new friend of mine, new VR friend of mine named Ida. She's out of Denmark, and we've been sort of corresponding back and forth because shameless plug for our collabs feature on the XR Artists community, which basically allows people to pair up just based on mutual interest or skill sharing or just wanting to, try something new altogether. So we initially connected. We were the first two actually, and she's trying to do her own thing. I'll let her tell her story if she ever wants to. But she's been having some issues in terms of getting animations over from Tvori into Unity. So I thought I'd do a little quick primer as much as I can help on my end. Let me just take a look here. Let me get rid of this flower. I've been having a lot of issues with rigging this flower, so I may actually have to do it the way I know how to do it with Tvori. So I'm going to trash these flowers. And we have one stationary flower here, which is great, but it's not rigged for anything. So I'm going to use it as a placeholder for now, just for the purposes of this animation. And let me just do something with the materializer really quick. I actually do want to play with I want it to be ever so slightly shiny so it stands out a little bit, at least for the purposes of this animation. So once we have that, yeah, that's good. So you can see here I have two choices, right? Between the get material with color, get material without color. So this is great if I just have something I just want to go full tilt with and color the whole thing. For example, if I wanted to color the whole body of the lawnmower, that's the way I'd go. But in this case, I just want to fill it up without color. So when I go here, see, give it a little bit of a sheen there. It's subtle, but I think those things all add up really nicely. So that's the materializer. There we go. I'm using the Pro version, by the way. This is literally my first time using the Pro version. So it has all these cool settings here that I won't even try to get into right now. But for one thing, it has the post effect, so it can allow me to get a little bit more depth of field here. See a little blurring right there? So that's cool. So right now I have two camera setups. Let me see, what am I trying to do again? So I want to take this flower. So if I run through the animation right now, it's really nice and short. It's literally 3 seconds. And the final product I do think will be, oof, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds long altogether. It's not meant to be anything complicated at all. I do like the fact that you can probably walk all the way around it or spin all the way around it if you choose to. So eventually I want to get this into the looking glass, the holographic display. And then this is really nice actually with the sun behind. Also natively with Tvori, within Tvori, and then also as a Unity build as well. I feel like I'm leaving something out. Yes, Sketchfab, because I think this would be perfect for something like Sketchfab. So that little flower is really unnatural where it is right now because it's just staying in place. The whole point is the bee is trying to protect the little flower. It says, hey, she's got all the nice pollen there. And so what I'm going to do is going to make this slightly bigger so it's kind of, kind of a third protagonist in the scene. And then put it down here. So that way it's kind of out of view of the camera if we have a wide angle so you could see it from the other side. Let's say what's going here. And what we do, very simply, I'm just going to put it up a little higher. Actually, I have to test this because I'm not really sure. Yeah, it'd be great actually. Now that I think about it, it'd be great to actually slow it down as it comes around. So it's almost like the slow motion action and the rose like disappear. Sorry, the rose. I keep on calling it the rose because whenever I see this, I think of Little Prince. It's kind of inevitable. So let me just make sure that's positioned correctly. What we're going to do here is link it to this locator in the middle. So the locator, if I haven't explained that enough, is almost like an anchor point or a hinge. And it's actually how all of these characters are sort of put together. I'm not using an IK rig for either of these characters. They're all just essentially, self-made rigs in that I've connected everything to the main bodies, like this being the main body and this being the main body. Um, like all these little parts, boop, 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 all connect back to this part, to this main torso right here. You can see all the lines converging there. And then all the locators are how it's actually animating to begin with. So there we go. Actually, it kind of stops at a good place right there. So maybe as it's coming around, there's a little bit of a jitter because I couldn't get a full revolution going. So I need to fix that at some point. Also, there's a little bit of a slowdown there because the middle keyframe, see that right there? It slows down right around there. So I have to figure that out. But before we do anything else, let's make sure right around here we can give our little flower some animation. So very simply, we're really not going to spend too much time on this because again, I'm going to have to reanimate this at some point. So we've just make sure the snapping's on, the gizmos are on, and what we're just going to do is use the move tool super quick here. We're going to duplicate that frame. In fact, I'm going to move back a little bit here, duplicate the frame there, and duplicate it again here. Oops. Super close there. Okay. Don't disappear. You're going to disappear. 70. It's pretty unforgiving. Oh, you know what? I can switch to the other camera. There we go. For some reason, I have a different frame right there. Different amount of frames. So right when it reaches that point, say the 70. Oh boy. Yeah, right there. We will make sure it goes back into the earth. Maybe with a little bit of a swivel in there too. So now I have to go back in there. Oh, there's a problem. I don't know what that problem is. Let me turn off the snapping. Okay. Oh, that happens almost too fast. Oh, I wonder because there might be 2 frames there. That's why. Okay. Cool. And I can pull this back. And then maybe what I can do here is have it pop up a little bit, like almost like, oh, I see you coming. And that's happening a little too early. So I have to work on a lot of things timing wise, just so like as it comes across the ridge, that's why I feel like maybe it'll slow down. But you get the point. It's just enough time so that nothing bad happens to the flower. Oh, that's interesting. It starts over in that same spot. Okay. Right, obviously. Because I didn't think about the very beginning, did I? Here. For posterity's sake, let's create some keyframes here too. Okay. Whoops. So easy to push things off course. Okay, there we go. Again, so I'll make 3 keyframes like that. Oh, wait a second. That's not what I wanted. That is not the flower. Okay, coming back here. Here we go. In fact, what would be really smart is for me to just do this and do this. Right. Yeah, super, very awkward, but I'm not even going to worry about the animation right now. We just want the flower to get out of the way. Somehow mesmerized by that, like a GIF. Okay, hold up. So next part. Essentially, I'm just taking that flower, which has keyframes on it now, right? We all can see that. Let's save this out super quick. Well, I'm a little worried about that error message I got. And I can export that as an animation. So several ways to do that, right? I could literally do it with the camera too, up here from the timeline, either camera, and that would save everything in the scene actually, which is great. But I don't need to do that. This is a bespoke, like just one flower deal, ready to go, right? So let's do that. Export, animation, FBX. So hopefully that worked. If it did, I should see a folder somewhere. No? There's usually an export complete thing. Let me double check on the desktop here. Sorry, I don't have any music today because I don't want this to get cut off for Ida, making sure that she can hear everything I say. So you just have to deal with my droning voice. Nope, that's not where it is. I want it in, oh yeah, no. Export. All right, let's try that again. Surely I'm missing something. And worst comes to worst, I can just export the whole scene, but this is really, I rarely actually just export one thing at a time, but it's, let's see if it works. Oh, that feels like it did something. Yes, it did. So there we go. That showed up this time. I'm going to quit out of here and then go straight into Unity next. Kind of have that. So yeah, while that loads up, I'm just gonna see if I can do anything on this end. It's gonna take a little while. So I apologize for the loading menu there. It's actually a really cool file that I'm bringing up. It's oh. This isn't good. Somehow the ground is now intersecting with the lawnmower's face, which is no bueno. Hold up. How did that happen? Well, it looks like I gotta fix a lot when it comes to this flower. Okay. Let me start from where I was, because I want to see if I can get back to the earth. Don't worry, I'm still checking on the Unity. Okay, that's fine. Weird. Yep, I'm getting another one here. You know what, to be safe, I better save another version. So that's what I've been doing when I get these bugs. Okay, cool. But Lawnmower Boy is totally moving the way he should be. And let's get rid of this. Make sure you go down the hole. Oh, wait a second. There we go. It's a really dramatic exit there. Okay, cool. Before I run into any more problems, I'm gonna. Oh, there we are. So we're in Unity now. I am deleting over on this end. So hold up. I'm there. I'm almost there. Okay. So yeah, the FBX I already imported from the planet itself, but we don't have the flower in there. So that's what we're going to do right now, super quick. So I'm literally taking a little flower from earlier. Hopefully this worked. And dragging it into the assets folder. There we go. And we're going to go to the drop-down menu here. And inside that drop-down menu is our little Tvori animation clip. And that's the most important thing you'd want to see if you're trying to get your animated assets into Unity. Next up, very important, create an animator controller. Everything looks muddy in there, by the way, because I haven't used a vertex color shader on that, but that'll come later. So for this, I'll just call it flower anim. And so I can open up that flower anim, and then I'll get this animator window showing up. If you don't already have that open, you can find that under animation in the windows. And then I go back to this animation clip under the flower itself, pull it into the animator. You can rename it as well. I might do that just to differentiate it. And then I can now, hopefully without any issues, pull that flower in. Watch me eat my words. Okay, where is that flower? It's probably somewhere right here. Having said that, this is the most important part, which I also find super counterintuitive, that you have to go back to the animator and the inspector, underneath here, and then click it again. So 3 parts right there, right? Opening up, and this is to you, Ida. Opening this up, resource flower, the whatever your exported animated asset is. Taking this, which I know you've seen before, going into the animator, pulling that clip in there, renaming it if you want, coming back out into your scene, making sure your animated asset is in your hierarchy, and then going back to the controller and making sure you have the right animator controller in there. And then if all is said and done, and you hit play, okay, where is that? Where is that flower? Oh, that camera is like super, super far away. Let's try this. How about splitting this up into 2 parts and seeing whether or not we can see the rose pop out there. It's a really funny view. It's like bee booty and 2 eyeballs. Where is the flower? I don't see you. Oh, it is very small. No wonder. Okay. How big are you supposed to be? Let's play with the size here. But it's there. We rest assured it's there. There we go. Wow, you have to be super large. Okay, let's make you like, was that 30 by 30 by 30? Yeah, let's see what happens there. It's totally on the wrong side as well, but, and mind you, I think I have to parent it the way that I did. Yeah, I would have to parent it the way I did to the planet back in Tvori. So that's actually super important, and I left that out. My bad. But as you can see, it works. You can see the flower here. Super awkward on a keyboard. It's a really weird animation. But yeah, as you can see, it would work otherwise. Actually, just for my own, let's see something here. If I rotate it, it's funny, it brought in its own sun too, I noticed. Let's say we go negative 180 and we go down and into the earth. And then made sure that it was a, let's see what happens. You can do it. Oh, it stays in place. That's not cool. I actually think I have to make it a child of one of these locators. I bet that's actually the bigger deal there. Anyways, that's all to say that when I do the final product, to make life easier for myself, I just need to do everything pretty much natively within Tvori. But you're going to see a lot more flowers on this planet generally, but those will be flowers of different colors, probably different sizes too. So just so the planet just feels very populated and visually splendorific. But that's it for now. Hope that helped you out, Ida, and peace out, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.